Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin bubble news channel. Our owners want each share to be worth more Bitcoin. It makes them happy to think that getting more Bitcoin per share is good for shareholders. In other words, we're looking for BTC return. We'll do a capital markets deal whenever it makes sense and gives us more Bitcoin per share. We are able to sell stock on the market for more than its net asset value. We are able to put out flexible bonds. It is possible for us to make working cash flow. Any way we can, we're going to keep making more Bitcoin per share by selling the asset class's volatility and then applying it to the base asset. Michael Saylor tells you what Microstrategy's plan is in this clip. They're going to keep selling the underlying asset, which is Microstrategy stock, and then turn that into Bitcoin. On the balance sheet, that Bitcoin will be put under the underlying asset. There is no end to the money loop. What's going on? If you don't understand, you could miss this long trade that could turn into an investment in stocks like Berkshire Hathaway. So what's going on in Crypto Crew now? Sean is angry with you again. Another video about cryptocurrency. Before Michael says that, we'll hear more from him. We have more news and updates. One of the best investment companies in the world, Van Eck, put out its prediction for the price of Bitcoin in 2050. It's very interesting to see that their worst case is $130,000. I'm not sure why it's so low, just look at the base case. If everything goes as planned, you'll need $2.9 million. The best case would be $52 million. You got $130,000 all the way up to $52 million. Very interesting point of view from Van Eck. It's not a lie. Look, it's right here. 2050 valuation possibilities based on the world's reserve and medium-term currency. It can be found at vaneck.com. This is definitely a real piece of news. Bitcoin did go down, but now look at what we see. The EMA Bollinger Band changed the level of opposition to support. What will happen next? This rocket launch. It went from resistance to help and then to blast off. Before this, new all-time highs were just around the corner. When we look at the Bitcoin price, the most recent records show that it is just below $61,000 and can go as high as $62,000. What do we see when we zoom in on the price action? What do we think will happen? This big candle is right here. Are you ready for another climb? We kind of kissed and ran into this green horizontal line which was there to help us. Will we see prices go down then? Are we no longer in the weeds? The way people feel seems to be changing. Could we see a resumption of the rise? Does this bottom go in? And now we'll get back to the mini strategy game. It is now the 315th biggest company in the United States by market value. Take note of this market cap, $26.4 billion. As you can see, they passed Cloudflare, Dollar General, and Zscaler. They are now just behind a bunch of other companies that could also move up from the 300s and 200s. Will micro approach pay off in the long run? Take a look at this chart. We can see that it has only been dealing in this symmetrical wedge shape. If you enter this with a bullish mindset, it's more likely that you'll leave it with a bullish mindset as well. From here on out, where do we think MicroStrategy will go? We did look at how the price moved. Right now it's getting close. It costs about $136 for micro approach. Since Bitcoin did go up a bit, MicroStrategy will likely come in above 140, maybe even in the 145 range at the open. What do we see tomorrow? What do we think will happen? We have this horizontal resistance that the MicroStrategy hit in February 2021 and then began to move back down. When we went back up, we ran into this. We then turned this resistance into support and broke out of it twice. Where could it be going? In what ways do we see patterns? This could be a simple resistance to support. If you pull it down from the top to the bottom, you'll see the technical goal go back up to $916. If you bought at $136 and sold at $916, you would have made about 583%. This is a different case. Look at the blue line. If we see this as pushback, we can't hit it twice because we were turned down both times. So could this just be one big cup with a handle pattern? Then how do you figure this out? We already did this for you. From the very bottom of this, we pulled back until the neckline. Then, wherever this would break out from, it could happen by the end of the year as a result of rumors of being added to the SP. It would be a breakout from the neckline that would send MicroStrategy back up to $2,000. Where did pre-split happen? At this point in time, MicroStrategy was worth $19.99, as you can see. It then went back down to $199. This has already been split. $1,999. Could MicroStrategy make a big comeback and get back to $2,000? Will there be another break in the next 12 to 24 months? It will be useful to keep an eye on that. The more important question is how much Bitcoin can make with this small trade. Take a look at this. It can be found at mstr-tracker.com. You can compare the MSTR NAV ratio to the price of Bitcoin. What does this see? This line of linear regression is higher than 40K, this green line. This orange line shows the second order slope. Then you got the most recent point, which is the red line. That means that the red line is trading at about 2x right now. That's clear from this price, which is Bitcoin per share. You can see all the data here. There are 194 million total shares for Microstrategies. This is because we did a 10x split, which makes 10x more shares. But look at the x-axis. That's what you need to focus on. Bitcoin is worth $100,000, $150,000, $200,000, and $200,000. Where would this go with the NAV bonus if these lines are stretched out? These prices are 7.53 times higher than what they are now, which is 2 times higher. From now when the premium is 2x to now when it is 7.53x, you would be looking at a gain of about 3.5x against Bitcoin. The line of linear regression looks like that. Take note of that. If it gets to the second order decline, what will happen? Take note here, now that the price is 250K, the NAV gain is 20x instead of 2x. That means that your Bitcoin is worth 10 times as much as it is now, which is 2x. Remember all of this. This is the first time in history that something like this has happened. No one knows how it will end. As for a company holding over 1% of the world's hardest money, Bitcoin, on its books, it is said to be the most risky asset it has. So as Bitcoin goes up in value, will one of these trend lines still be the chance or the bonus over Bitcoin? But you might not want to take a picture if you think it will stay below 2. But a 2x deal against your Bitcoin is still a premium of some kind. Is it going to drop below this? That's what the risk is in buying. But the pros are much greater than the cons. Remember that, at this very moment, Microstrategy has more than 226,000 Bitcoins. They are about to buy 2 billion more. They are still going to buy. How much Bitcoin do you think they'll have in the end? It will be clear in due time. We'll ask Michael Saylor from Microstrategy about the latest news and see what he has to say about it. Michael, please speak up. Michael, I'm going to call you the last laugh Saylor from now on because you always seem to win. But you still made a really great chart, even with the pullback. Since you made Microstrategy your plan, it's doing better than anything else. It broke everything. Draw your attention to the green line. It broke everything. Okay, I know you feel better now, but there's more, right? Yes, Bitcoin is unpredictable, but that means there is a lot of energy in the market. Storms, rivers, waterfalls, and fires can change quickly. They only have energy in them that we can use. Due to this digital asset is always making tens of billions of dollars available for everyone, everywhere in the world, and it's bringing in huge amounts of money. That's what makes that better result possible. Microstrategy is the world's best idea right now. Yes, of course we've talked a lot since you decided to go this way. It was crazy. Yes, reviewers are still talking about it. I heard people talking about it just a few days ago. That was supposed to sound like the world's going to hell in a handbasket. The place was meant to be safe, but it's not. Some people are still not sure because it's not really a safe place. What do you tell them? I say that Bitcoin is a way out.